the mystery of faith. The preface, showing the use and design of the riddle. Reader, the following enigmatic song does not to wisest naturalists belong. Their wisdom is but folly on this head. They here may ruminate, but cannot read. For though they glance the words, the meaning chokes. They read the lines, but not the paradox. The subject will, howe'er the phrase be blunt, their most acute intelligence surmount. If with their natural and acquired sight they share not divine evangelic light. Great wits may rouse their fancies, rack their brains, and after all their labor lose their pains. Their wisest comments were but witless chat, unapt to frame an explication pat. No unregenerate mortal's best engines can right unriddle these few rugged lines, nor any proper notions thereof reach, though sublimated to the highest stretch. Masters of reason, plodding men of sense, who scorn to mortify their vain pretense, in this mysterious deep might plod their fill. It overtops the top of all their skill. The more they vainly huff and scorn to read, the more it does their foolish wit exceed. Those sinners that are sanctified in part may read this riddle truly in their heart, yea, weakest saints may feel its truest sense, both in their sad and sweet experience. Don't overlook it with a rambling view, and rash suppose it neither good nor true. Let heaven's pure oracles the truth decide. Renounce it, if it can't thy test abide. Noble Bereans soon the sense may hit, who sound the divine depth of sacred writ, not by what airy carnal reason saith, but by the golden line of heaven-spun faith. Let not the naughty phrase make you disprove the weighty matter which deserves your love. The subject treated may be most profound, though words may rattle with a rustic round. High strains would spoil the riddle's grand intent, to teach the weakest, most illiterate saint, that Mahanaim is his proper name, in whom two struggling hosts make bloody game. That such may know, whose knowledge is but rude, how good consists with ill, and ill with good. That saints be neither at their worst nor best, too much exalted or too much depressed. This paradox is fitted to disclose the skill of Zion's friends above her foes, to difference by light that heaven transmits some happy fools from miserable wits, and thus, if blessed, it may in some degree make fools their wit, and wits their folly see. Slight not the riddle, then, like jargon vile, because not garnished with a pompous style. Could the author act the lofty poet's part, who make their sonnets soar on wings of art, he on his theme had blushed to use his skill, and either clipped his wings or broke his quill. Why, this enigma climbs such divine heights as scorn to be adorned with human flights. These gaudy strains would lovely truth disgrace, as purest paint deforms a comely face. Heaven's mysteries are, 'bove art's ornament, immensely brighter than its brightest paint. No towering literature could e'er outwit the plainest diction fetched from sacred writ, by which mere blazing rhetoric is outdone, as twinkling stars are by the radiant sun. The soaring orators, who can with ease strain the quintessence of hyperboles, and clothe the barest theme with purest dress, might here expatiate much, yet say the less, if with the majestical simplicity of Scripture oratory they disagree. These lines pretend not to affect the sky, content among inglorious shades to lie, provided sacred truth be fitly clad, or glorious shine, even through the dusky shade. Mark then, though thou should miss the gilded strain, if they a store of golden truth contain, nor underrate a jewel rare and prime, though wrapped up in the rags of homely rhyme. Though haughty deists hardly stoop to say that nature's night has need of Scripture day, yet gospel light alone will clearly show how every sentence here is just and true. Expel the shades that may the mind involve, and soon the seeming contradiction solve. All fatal errors in the world proceed from want of skill such mysteries to read. Vain men the double branch of trade divide, hold by the one and slight the other side. Hence, proud Arminians cannot reconcile freedom of grace with freedom of the will. The blinded papist won't discern nor see how works are good unless they justify. Thus legalists distinguish not the odds between their home-bred righteousness and God's. Antinomists the saints' perfection plead, nor duly sever tween them and their head. Socinians won't these seeming odds agree, how heaven is bought and yet salvation free. Bold Arians hate to reconcile or scan how Christ is truly God and truly man, holding the one part of Emmanuel's name, the other part outrageously blaspheme. The sound and faith no part of truth control, heretics own the half, but not the whole. Keep then the sacred mystery still entire. To both the sides of truth do favor bear, not quitting one to hold the other branch, but passing judgment on an equal bench. The riddle has 2 feet, and were but one cut off, truth falling to the ground, were gone. 'Tis all a contradiction, yet all true, and happy truth is verified in you. Go forward, then, to read the lines, but stay to read the riddle also by the way. The Riddle. Section 1. The mystery of the saints' pedigree, and especially of their relation to Christ's wonderful person. My life's a maze of seeming traps, a scene of mercies and mishaps, a heap of jarring to and fros, a field of joys, a flood of woes. I'm in my own and others' eyes a labyrinth of mysteries. I'm sometimes that from nothing came, yet sure it is I nothing am. Once I was dead and blind and lame, yea, I continue still the same. Yet what I was I am no more, nor ever shall I be as before. My Father lives, my Father's gone, my vital head both lost and won. My parents cruel are, and kind, of one and of a different mind. My father poisoned me to death, my mother's hand will stop my breath. Her womb that once my substance gave will very quickly be my grave. My sisters all my flesh will eat, my brethren tread me under feet. My nearest friends are most unkind, my greatest foes, my greatest friend. He could from feud to friendship pass, yet never change from what he was. He is my Father, he alone, who is my Father's only Son. I am his mother's son, yet more, a son his mother never bore, but born of him, and yet aver his father's sons my mother's were. I am divorced, yet married still, with full consent against my will. My husband present is, yet gone. We differ much, yet still are one. He is the first, the last, the all, yet numbered up with insects small. The first of all things, yet alone, the second of the great 3-1. A creature never could he be, yet is a creature, strange, I see, and own this uncreated one, the Son of Man, yet no man's son. He's omnipresent, all may know, yet never could be wholly so. His manhood is not here and there, yet he is God-man everywhere. He comes and goes, none can him trace, yet never could he change his place. But though he's good and everywhere, no good's in hell, yet he is there. I by him, in him, chosen was, yet of the choice he's not the cause. For sovereign mercy ne'er was bought, yet through his blood a vent is sought. In him concentered at his death his Father's love, his Father's wrath. Even he whom passion never seized was then most angry, when most pleased. Justice required that he should die, who yet was slain unrighteously, and died in mercy and in wrath, a lawful and a lawless death. With him I neither lived nor died, and yet with him was crucified. Law curses stopped his breath, that he might stop its mouth from cursing me. 'Tis now 1,000 years and more since heaven received him, yet I know, when he ascended up on high to mount the throne, even so did I. Hence, though earth's dunghill I embrace, I sit with him in heavenly place. In divers distant orbs I move, enthralled below, enthroned above. Section 2. The mystery of the saint's life, state, and frame. My life's a pleasure and a pain, a real loss, a real gain, a glorious paradise of joys, a grievous prison of annoys. I daily joy and daily mourn, yet daily wait the tide's return. Then sorrow deep my spirit cheers, I'm joyful in a flood of tears. Good cause I have still to be sad, good reason always to be glad. Hence still my joys with sorrows meet, and still my tears are bitter sweet. I'm crossed, and yet have all my will. I'm always empty, always full. I hunger now and thirst no more, yet do more eager than before. With meat and drink, indeed I'm blessed, yet feed on hunger, drink on thirst. My hunger brings a plenteous store, my plenty makes me hunger more. Strange is the place of my abode, I dwell at home, I dwell abroad. I am not where all men me see, but where I never yet could be. I'm full of hell, yet full of heaven. I'm still upright, yet still uneven. Imperfect, yet a perfect saint. I'm ever poor, yet never want. No mortal eye sees God and lives, yet sight of him my soul revives. I live best when I see most bright, and live by faith and not by sight. I'm liberal, yet have naught to spare, most richly clothed, yet stripped and bare. My stock is risen by my fall, for having nothing, I have all. I'm sinful, yet I have no sin, all spotted o'er, yet wholly clean. Blackness and beauty both I share, a hellish black, a heavenly fair. They're of the devil who sin amain, but I'm of God, yet sin retain. This traitor vile the throne assumes, prevails, yet never overcomes. I'm without guile an Israelite, yet like a guileful hypocrite, maintaining truth in the inward part, with falsehood rooted in my heart. Two masters sure I cannot serve, but must from one regardless swerve. Yet self is for my master known, and Jesus is my Lord alone. I seek myself incessantly, yet daily do myself deny. To me 'tis lawful evermore myself to love and to abhor. In this vain world would I live, yet see, I'm dead to it, and it to me. My joy is endless, yet at best does hardly for a moment last. Section 3. Mysteries about the saints' work and warfare, sins, sorrows, and joys. The work is great I'm called unto, yet nothing's left for me to do. Hence for my work heaven has prepared no wages, yet a great reward. To works, but not to working dead, from sin, but not from sinning freed, I clear myself from no offense, yet wash my hands in innocence. My Father's anger burns like fire, without a spark of furious ire. Though still my sins displeasing be, yet still I know He's pleased with me. Triumphing is my constant trade, who yet am often captive led. My bloody war does never cease, yet I maintain a stable peace. My foes assaulting conquer me, yet ne'er obtain the victory. For all my battles, lost or won, were gained before they were begun. I'm still at ease, and still oppressed, have constant trouble, constant rest. Both clear and cloudy, free and bound, both dead and living, lost and found. Sin for my good does work and win, yet 'tis not good for me to sin. My pleasure issues from my pain, my losses still increase my gain. I'm healed even when my plagues abound, covered with dust even when I'm crowned, as low as death when living high, nor shall I live, yet cannot die. For all my sins my heart is sad, since God's dishonored, yet I'm glad, though once I was a slave to sin, since God does thereby honor win. My sins are ever in His eye, yet He beholds no sin in me. His mind that keeps them all in store will yet remember them no more. Because my sins are great, I feel great fears of heavy wrath, yet still for mercy seek, for pardon wait, because my sins are very great. I hope when plunged into despair, I tremble when I have no fear. Pardons dispel my griefs and fears, and yet dissolve my heart in tears. Section 4. Mysteries in faith's extractions, way and walk, prayers and answers, heights and depths, fear and love. With wasps and bees my busy bill sucks ill from good and good from ill. Humility makes my pride to grow, and pride aspiring lays me low. My standing does my fall procure, my falling makes me stand more sure. My poison does my physic prove, my enmity provokes my love. My poverty infers my wealth, my sickness issues in my health. My hardness tends to make me soft, and killing things to cure me oft. While high attainments cast me down, my deep abasement raise me soon. My best things oft have evil brood, my worst things work my greatest good. My inward foes that me alarm breed me much hurt, yet little harm. I get no good by them, yet see, to my chief good they cause me flee. They reach to me a deadly stroke, to send me to a living rock. They made me long for Canaan's banks, yet sure I owe them little thanks. I travel, yet stand firm and fast. I run, but yet I make no haste. I take a way both old and new, within my sight, yet out of view. My way directs me in the way, and will not suffer me to stray. Though high and out of sight it be, I'm in the way's in me. 'Tis straight, yet full of heights and depths. I keep the way me keeps. And being that to which I tend, my very ways my journey's end. When I'm in company, I groan, because I then am most alone. Yet in my closet secrecy, I'm joyful in my company. I'm heard afar without a noise. I cry without a lifted voice. Still moving in devotion's sphere, yet seldom steady, persevere. I'm heard when answered soon or late, and heard when I no answer get. Yea, kindly answered when refused, and friendly treat when harshly used. My fervent prayers ne'er did prevail, nor e'er of prevalency fail. I wrestle till my strength be spent, yet yield when strong recruits are sent. I languish for my husband's charms, yet faint away when in his arms. My sweetest health does sickness prove. When love me heals, I'm sick of love. I am most merry when most sad, most full of sorrow when I'm glad, most precious when I am most vile, and most at home when in exile. My base and honorable birth excites my mourning and my mirth. I'm poor, yet stored with untold rent, most weak and yet omnipotent. On earth there's none so great and high, nor yet so low and mean as I. None or so foolish or so wise, so often fall, so often rise. I, seeing him I never saw, serve without fear and yet with awe. Though love when perfect fear remove, yet most I fear when most I love. All things are lawful unto me, yet many things unlawful be. To some I perfect hatred bear, yet keep the law of love entire. I'm bound to love my friends, but yet I sin unless I do them hate. I am obliged to hate my foes, yet bound to love and pray for those. Heart love to one I'm called to impart, yet God still calls for all my heart. I do him and his service both, by nature love, by nature loathe. Section 5. Mysteries about flesh and spirit, liberty and bondage, life and death. Much like my heart, both false and true, I have a name both old and new. No new thing is below the sun, yet all is new, and old things gone. Though in my flesh dwells no good thing, yet Christ in me I joyful sing. Sin I confess and I deny, for though I sin, it is not I. I sin against, and with my will I'm innocent, yet guilty still. Though fain I'd be the greatest saint, to be the least I'd be content. My lowness may my height evince, I'm both a beggar and a prince. With meanest subjects I appear, with kings a royal sceptre bear. I'm both unfettered and involved, by law condemned, by law absolved. My guilt condignly punished see, yet I the guilty wretch go free. My gain did by my loss begin, my righteousness commenced by sin, my perfect peace by bloody strife. Life is my death, and death my life. I'm, in this present life I know, a captive and a freeman too, and though my death can't set me free, I will perfect my liberty. I am not worth a dusty grain, yet more than worlds of golden gain. Though worthless I myself indict, yet shall as worthy walk in white. Section 6. The mystery of free justification through Christ's obedience and satisfaction. No creature ever could or will for sin yield satisfaction full, yet justice from the creature's hand both sought and got its full demand. Hence, though I am, as well I know, a debtor, yet I nothing owe. My creditor has naught to say, yet never had I aught to pay. He freely pardoned every mite, yet would no single farthing quit. Hence every bliss that falls to me I dearly bought, yet wholly free. All pardon that I need I have, yet daily pardon need to crave. The law's arrest keeps me in awe, but yet 'gainst me there is no law. Though truth my just damnation crave, yet truth's engaged my soul to save. My whole salvation comes by this, fair truth and mercy's mutual kiss. Law-breakers ne'er its curse have missed, but I ne'er kept it, yet am blessed. I can't be justified by it, and yet I can't but be acquit. I'm not obliged to keep it more, yet more obliged than e'er before. By perfect doing life I find, yet do and live no more me bind. These terms no change can undergo, yet sweetly changed they are, for lo, my doing caused my life, but now my life's the cause that makes me do. The works of righteousness I store, yet righteousness of works abhor, for righteousness without a flaw is righteousness without the law. In duty's way I'm bound to lie, yet out of duty's bound to fly. Hence merit I renounce with shame, yet right to life by merit claim. Merit of perfect righteousness I never had, yet never miss. On this condition I have all, yet all is unconditional. Though freest mercy I implore, yet I am safe on justice' score, which never could the guilty free, yet fully clears most guilty me.